What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the JuveCorner cast. It's your daily news show, and we have lots to talk about in terms of the Mercato. But before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, push notifications for more daily awesome videos just like this one. My name is Gio, and I got all your Juve news right now. So, guys, lots of news to talk about in terms of the Mercato, guys. But you guys also know we just hit 1K. So, guys, make sure to share the content as always. And now we get into the news, guys. Elkann to sack Giuntoli, guys. This is the question that's going on in all the sources, all the papers, is that Elkann is now reevaluating Giuntoli if we should sack him or not, or even if he should stay at the club. So, guys, I want to hear your thoughts, especially in the comments below, about this whole, rumors about Elkann to sack Giuntoli. I want to hear from you guys. But from my standpoint on this, guys, I think Giuntoli, yes, he has made mistakes. He's made mistakes, but I think that he has fixed our club in terms of the financial aspect of, us, having not that much money. Remember, as you all remember, we weren't qualified for Champions League last season as well. We were in the Europa League, the Conference League. We weren't even in Europe at all last season, I believe. So, in terms of that, getting rid of a lot of the deadwood, even though I think that some deadwood did come back with certain players, but I think in terms of, Giuntoli's standpoint, I think give him like another season with a different coach. Let him make it right. I mean, he has a 3-year contract, and you're gonna already sack Giuntoli. I mean, yes, Motta is not doing very well, but I think sacking Giuntoli would be like another miss of the puzzle. And also, who would you replace Giuntoli with? That's also another question that I have for Elkann. Who would you replace Giuntoli with? I think the only guy that I probably would think of is Sartori from Bologna. But we all know what happens if we get people from Bologna. It's like a mess. So in terms of that, yes, something in the management needs to change. But I think it all starts from the ownership. And for me, I'm an Elkann out. I've been saying this on the channel through the lives. I've been saying that I'm Elkann out. I want the ownership to get, new ownership, including maybe with Del Piero, getting, Chiellini into the CEO role, because we need, the Juventus DNA. We need the Juventinità in the ownership and the management as well. So, possibly Agnelli coming back, which I'm a big fan of, because I say that he's more ambitious towards Juventus than, Elkann is, because you guys already know. Elkann is always with Ferrari. But then, when it comes to Juventus, he's like nowhere to be seen. And then, the presidents and stuff like that, of course, for me, Del Piero would be the president. Agnelli will be the shareholder or the owner, of Juve, in my opinion. He should be. Because at least they have a direct view on what they want to do. These guys up in the top, they don't even know what the heck to do. This is why you're giving basically Giuntoli all this freedom, all this room. And I think that if you put Giuntoli back into his place, then it's okay. But I think that Giuntoli has also been giving Motta too many chances, especially after these 2 games against Atalanta and Fiorentina, which was a disaster and disgraceful watch. But, Elkann, of course, has every right to reevaluate Giuntoli, of course. But I just don't think it's just Giuntoli. I think it's just the whole management as a whole. Like, you should be looking at the presidents, the vice presidents, Cannavino. Like, what is that? Like, the Ferrero was literally sleeping at the Atalanta game. I think before you could look into Giuntoli, do first that. Because Giuntoli did sign some quality players like Kefren Turam, Conceição, he got Colomwani as well. Renato Vega, which I really think that he's underrated. Cabal when we first got him. Kalulu as well on a cheap. So I think in terms of that, Giuntoli has done well. I think that what he's done wrong is he's, spent too much for players that, I think that weren't really valued at that certain price tag, but he still even got them to Juve, so there's no excuses. I mean, look, the players that he even got, they were doing very well with their past clubs, like Koop Miners with Atalanta, Douglas Luiz of Aston Villa, but guys, I haven't even heard of that guy, when he first came to Juve. I never even heard of Douglas Luiz before he came to Juve. So, in terms of that, of course, in the beginning of the season, I was excited, especially when Giuntoli got finally into the team, in terms of the into the management, because I knew that this guy finally could at least have some order into the sporting management, which we've been needing for years because of what happened with Paratici, what happened with Pepe Marotta. But am I a big fan? Yes. Only if I think if Elkann is going to sack Giuntoli, he has to sack him with a replacement that is a little bit like way better. And right now, I don't see any replacements that I'm like, okay, I think he could do a little bit better. Sartori, I think is probably the only gamble that we could have. But in my opinion, it starts from the presidency and then down, and then you get to Giuntoli. But Giuntoli, in my opinion, should stay for at least another season, one season. Motta, for me, Motta should be the first guy out because you can already see that, it's already basically broken with the whole locker room. The relationships in the locker room is just unbelievable. It's really bad there in terms of that aspect. You don't see the fluid football that we've been hearing since the beginning of the season, including guys, me, which was my fault. I thought that Motta was going to be something great for Juve. We all thought that. But I think in terms of that, I don't think Elkann's going to sack Giuntoli right away. I think he's going to keep him for one more season to try to make things right. Because listen, he really barely did much. When he had Allegri, he only signed like 2 players, 3 players, whatever, with the money that we had at disposal. Remember, we weren't in Europe, so we didn't have that much money from the income, for example, of Champions League or other competitions. And this season, yes, he spent money. Of course, this is his first real transfer market, quote unquote, a season. So, in terms of that, I think that. He didn't do as bad, but the thing is, Giuntoli didn't do a couple mistakes in the both mercatos. But I think in terms of Elkann, of course, Elkann I want him out. So let's see what happens with that. And I want to know from you guys if Giuntoli should stay, guys. I want to know from you guys. So put it in the comments below what you guys think if Giuntoli should stay or should he get sacked by Elkann. Well, let's move on a little bit. Let's go to it's now international break, everybody. So, of course, I'm going to be doing some Azzurri content, as a lot of people know. We're going to be talking about, of course, I'm going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs about Italy as well. New watch-alongs, too. It's going to be cool. We're going to be talking about, of course, Juventus. We're going to be talking about, and there's going to be, of course, a new addition to that. It's called Football Arena. It's going to be on the JuveCorner cast channel as well. That's going to be a big show with other content creators from different teams as well, like the Bayern view from Liam. Zier Talks, a couple others as well. It's gonna be Man City fans, Liverpool fans. It's gonna be a nice community. In terms of that, we're gonna try to expand a little bit, make the channel unique. It's gonna be awesome for the next couple of weeks, guys. I'm really excited. And also, guys, beware that there's gonna be another giveaway soon for the 1K special. So stay tuned for that. And of course, guys, share the content whenever we're live. Just go to the live shows. It's always fun. We have already like almost 100 people just watching it. Like yesterday's stream, it was awesome, very very fun. It was active in the chat as well. So definitely do that. And also, guys, get the memberships down in the description below as well. That's definitely if you guys want to also get into the WhatsApp group chat, the exclusive members only WhatsApp group chat. So yeah, guys. Thank you for watching. That was basically my take about Elkann to sack Giuntoli, and of course, the international break about the Azzurri, which we will be doing content as well. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, what's happening at Juventus in terms of the crisis moment. But yeah, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao a tutti, ciao everybody.